Hello everyone and welcome to the losers bracket of Pseudo Legendary Showdown. And some of you are already thinking, but Polkagar, you already finished the series in the losers bracket. Well, if you didn't see my last video, I did mess up on this series. I put Gudra on the losers bracket instead of Garchomp. But let's get right into the video. So, if we look at the base stats, Garchomp has more HP, attack, and speed. HP, attack, and speed. And Kommo-o has more defense, special attack, and special defense. Alright, so now it's time to look at the 2, maybe 3 or 4 moves these two Pokemon will be using against each other in the damage calculator. So, Garchomp will be using Dragon Claw for his dragon move, and I wish I had Earthquake, but you also have Dig. Kommo-o will just have clanging skills, because why not, and it will also have Sky Uppercut and Dragon Claw. So 3 moves for Kommo-o, 2 moves for Garchomp. Let's go to the Pokemon damage calculator. Alright, so I actually added Outrage into that list just because it's a strong physical move. So it looks like Garchomp would win this just because of Dragon Claw. Garchomp does outspeed, so it would have the guaranteed 2-hit KO first because all of, most of Kommo-o's moves are just 2-hit KOs, guaranteed 2-hit KOs. And even if we gave Kommo-o the Adamant Nature for the Outrage, it's still only a 37.5 chance to Oko. So I still have to give the slight edge to Garchomp. But let's go into the type defenses. If you don't know how the type defenses work, go check out like one of the first Pokemon verses. Actually, no, I'll just say it. The white ones are 1 point. The super effective is 2 points. The 4 times effective is 4 points. The resisted is 0.5 points. And quad resisted, which is not going to be in here, would be 0.25 points. And an immunity is 0 points. So whoever has more points actually wins. So I'm going to do the math right quickly. It was pretty close, but Garchomp goes on top with 20.5 points, and while Kommo-o only has 21.5 points. So it's 2-0 so far, but will the abilities make it a 2-1 or a 3-0? Garchomp has 2 abilities. Kommo-o has 3 abilities. Garchomp has Sand Veil, which boosts the Pokemon's invasion in a sandstorm. Does Garchomp have Sandstorm? Yes, it does have Sandstorm. So it could have Sandstorm, and because of the Sand Veil, nothing would happen to it. Or just boost the invasion. And as a hidden ability, it gets Rough Skin, which inflicts damage to an attacker on contact. Outrage will hit Kommo-o by itself, so Clanging Scales would be the only safe move from the 4 moves we saw there. Kommo-o has Bulletproof, which protects the Pokemon from Ball and Bomb moves, but does Garchomp have any of those? Ball and Bomb, Ball and Bomb, Ball and Bomb. Nope. Soundproof, which gives immunity to sound-based moves. Sound-based moves, Yeah, no sound-based moves. And Overcoat protects the Pokemon from damage from weather. Huh. I guess Or I guess sandstorm does count as weather. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I guess, but it's not really doing that much because Garchomp's invasion does get raised. Wow, why can't I go back? All right. So, Sandville versus Bulletproof Sandville. Sandville versus Soundproof Sandville. Sandville versus Overcoat. Overcoat would neutralize like the effect of the sandstorm, but because of the invasionness, it gets Sandville. Rough Skin versus Bulletproof. Rough Skin versus Soundproof. Rough Skin versus Overcoat. I guess it's a tie, but that still leaves 5-0 for Garchomp, which makes him the winner of that thing. So far it's a 3-0. Just wow. Alright, so in the type defensive, says Garchomp has more HP, attack, special attack, speed, and way more attack. We're gonna have the same moves, and let's see how it goes with Garchomp having a Mega. Alright, so even though Garchomp lost 10 speed because of its Mega Evolution, it still outspeeds. And Dragon Claw is still guaranteed to hit KO. Outrage, if we give it the Adamant ability, it's just a guaranteed to hit KO. But if we gave Garchomp the Adamant nature, it would have a slight chance to OHKO, but just because it outspeeds, Garchomp wins the type defenses. No, not the type defenses. I'm sorry, guys. I mean the base stats. So the type defense is because it's the same exact thing. We don't have to put any points there because it's the same exact thing. So we'll just give a point to Garchomp again because it still is 1 point below, which gives it the win there. So we don't really have to do anything else because it's already a 5-0. So even if Kommo-o wins this one, Garchomp still wins. But Sand Force boosts certain moves' power in a sandstorm. Well, what are those certain moves though? Of rock, ground, and steel moves by 30%. Whatever though. Alright, so the only moves that would actually get boosted by that would be Sand Tomb and Dig. And because Sand Tomb is like, you shouldn't use that move, Dig only gets affected by it. But because it doesn't have any Ball Bomb or Sound moves, guess what happens? Alright, so yeah, Kommo-o still has the same abilities. Sand Force versus Bulletproof. Sand Force. Sand Force versus Soundproof. Sand Force versus Overcoat. Sand Force. Even though Kommo-o wouldn't get buffed by the sandstorm, Dig would still get stronger. So I guess you could say it's a tie, but I give the win to Garchomp. So 6-0. That is a record tie with Weezing in that one Pokemon versus for the highest amount with 100% win. So Garchomp just bodies Kommo-o. So what will happen? I'll still put the Kommo-o versus Tyranitar video up because Kommo-o did lose this, and I'm not going to make the Tyranitar vs. Kommo-o video again. So I'll just change the title again to the losers bracket. And tomorrow is Saturday, so I will give you a special video. So in Sunday, the actual So in Sunday, we'll do Metagross versus Garchomp to see who is 5th place and who is 6th place. And if you want to know who's 7th place and who's 8th place, go check out Tyranitar versus Kommo-o. But anyways, bye guys.